Hi, I'm Mr. Pipsley and I'm glad to see you all here on this channel. If you're interested in hearing a story about zombies and how they took over the world, then you're in for a treat. But before I begin, I want to encourage you to like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. By doing so, you'll be able to stay up to date with all the latest content and never miss out on any exciting stories. So sit back, relax, and let's delve into the world of zombies. I promise it'll be a thrilling ride. In the small town of Sunnydale, something strange was happening. People were disappearing, and those who remained were becoming increasingly paranoid. The once bustling streets were empty, and the only sound was the eerie moaning of the undead. Zombies had taken over, and the town was on the brink of destruction. Three unlikely heroes emerged from the chaos. First, there was Jake, a botanist who had been working on a revolutionary new plant serum. Then there was Sarah, a young girl who had a natural talent for gardening and a deep love for all things green. Finally, there was Frank, a retired soldier who had been living a quiet life in Sunnydale before the zombie outbreak. The three of them had been working separately to combat the zombie threat. They soon realized that they needed to work together if they were going to make a difference. They met up in the town square, which was now overrun with zombies. "We need to get out of here," Frank said, looking around nervously. "We can't just leave the town like this," Sarah protested. Jake spoke up. "I think I have something that can help us. I've been working on a plant serum that could repel the zombies." They'd all looked at him skeptically, but Jake was convinced that he was onto something. He led them to his lab, which was hidden away in a secluded corner of town. "This is where I've been working on the serum," he said, gesturing to a row of plants on the windowsill. Sarah gasped when she saw them. "Those are the most beautiful plants I've ever seen. What are they?" "They're a new strain of flowers that I've been developing," Jake explained. "I call them Zom-B-Gone." Frank scoffed. Zom-B-Gone. Sounds like some kind of cheesy and infomercial product. But Jake was undeterred. He'd explained that the plants had a unique property that could repel the zombies. When they were crushed, they released a scent that was repulsive to the undead. "I've been working on the serum for months, and I think I finally cracked it," he said. Sarah was fascinated. "Can we try it out?" Jake nodded. "We need to find a way to get it into the air. If we can spread it throughout the town, it could save everyone." They worked together to create a device that would distribute the serum into the air. It was a complicated process, but they were determined to make it work. Frank, who had experience with explosives, rigged up the device and they set off to take down the zombies. As they moved through the town, they encountered hordes of zombies. At first, it seemed like they were going to be overwhelmed, but then they remembered the serum. Jake crushed one of these Zom-B-Gone flowers, and the scent filled the air. The zombies recoiled in disgust and started to move away. Encouraged, the trio moved on, crushing more and more flowers as they went. The serum worked like a charm, and soon the zombies were retreating en masse. It was like the plants were pushing them back. They worked for hours, spreading the serum throughout the town. The sun was starting to set when they finally finished. They looked around at the town, which was now quiet and still. The zombies had disappeared. "It worked," Sarah whispered, tears in her eyes. Frank clapped Jake on the back. "I never thought I'd say this, but you were right. Your cheesy plant serum actually saved the day." Jake grinned. "I knew it would work." They walked through the town, which was now bathed in the warm glow of the setting sun. It was like a miracle. As they walked, the three heroes noticed something strange. The plants in the town seemed to be growing more rapidly than normal. They were taller and more vibrant than ever before, and they seemed to be reaching for the sky. Jake stopped to examine one of the plants. "This is incredible. It's like the serum not only repelled the zombies but also gave the plants a boost." Sarah nodded, a smile on her face. "It's like they're thanking us for saving them." Frank looked around, still in awe of what they had accomplished. "I never thought I'd see the day when I'd be fighting zombies with plants." The three of them laughed, relieved to have made it through the ordeal. They walked through the town, admiring the beauty of the plants that had saved their home. As they walked, they started to notice something else. The townspeople, who had been hiding in their homes during the zombie outbreak, were starting to come out. At first, they were tentative, but then they saw that the zombies were gone. They came out of their homes, cautiously at first, and then with more and more confidence. They looked around at the town, which was now transformed. The once empty streets were now filled with people, and there was a sense of joy and relief in the air. The plants had not only repelled the zombies, but had also brought the town back to life. The three heroes were greeted like conquering heroes as they walked through the streets. People thanked them for their bravery and hugged them in gratitude. It was a happy ending to a terrifying ordeal. As they walked back to Jake's lab, they couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. They had worked together to save the town, and they had done it using the power of plants. Jake turned to Sarah and Frank. You know, we could keep working on the serum. There's no telling what kind of amazing things we could do with it. Sarah grinned. I'm in. I think we make a pretty good team. Frank nodded. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm starting to think that plants might be more powerful than guns. They'd all laughed, knowing that they had gone through something incredible together. The three heroes had saved the town from the zombie apocalypse, and in doing so, they had shown that sometimes the most unlikely things can be the most powerful. As they continued to work on the serum, the trio discovered that it had even more incredible effects than they could have ever imagined. Not only did it repel zombies and enhance plant growth, but it also had healing properties. They experimented with different plant combinations and finally came up with a serum that could cure almost any illness or injury. The serum quickly gained attention from the medical community, and soon they were receiving requests for it from all over the world. Jake, Sarah, and Frank became famous overnight, but they remained humble and focused on their work. They continued to improve the serum, making it more effective and efficient. They worked tirelessly, day and night, until they had perfected it. Their hard work paid off, and soon, the serum was being used all over the world to heal the sick and injured. Hospitals and clinics everywhere were using it, and it became a staple in the medical world. Years went by, and the three heroes grew older, but they never lost their passion for their work. They continued to innovate and discover new ways to use the serum. It became a household name, and people all over the world recognized the names of Jake, Sarah, and Frank. One day, the three of them were sitting together in Jake's lab, surrounded by all of their equipment and the plants that had saved their town so many years before. They reminisced about their adventure and how they had saved the world with the power of plants. Sarah sighed, a smile on her face. We did something incredible, didn't we? Frank nodded, his eyes shining. We did something that no one ever thought was possible. We changed the world. Jake grinned, looking around the lab. And we did it all with the power of plants. The three of them sat there, surrounded by the plants that had brought them so much joy and success. They had come a long way from fighting zombies in their small town. They had saved the world, and they had done it together. As they sat there, reflecting on their journey, they couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. They had done something truly amazing, and they had done it all with the power of plants. The end. Well, the story has come to an end. I am sure you liked this story, and you will like it with pleasure. Also subscribe to our channel and be sure to leave your feedback in the comments under this video. See you in the next video.